So I am running out of power and out of internet also. So if आप लोगों को जो भी मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा उसको प्रॉम्प्ट करना पड़ेगा. Otherwise, I am unable to understand whether the things are going smoothly or not. Okay. So let me start now. Oh. This slide is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, there is some speed problem. So I am restarting my system. Okay. Because.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Microsoft PowerPoint. So now this is visible to you all. Let us start memory. There are different types of memory. Okay. And what is the difference between memory and storage? We will learn in this lecture also. Fine. So memory is different from storage. Okay. So let us see. In this lecture, we will cover RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM, punch card, etc. Actually, punch card is already discussed. It is also considered to as memory, but it was analog memory and it does not require any power to store. Okay, that's why it is not coming under memory portion or storage portion. Auxiliary storage device like magnetic tape, hard disk, floppy disk, etc. And optical disks are not auxiliary storage, but these are the secondary storage. Okay, both the category is coming under secondary, and this is primary storage. So optical disks, like whatever disk which follows the red laser or blue laser, it is coming under optical disk. Okay, so CD read write, DVD, Blu-ray, these all are coming under optical disc. So this is one diagram. It shows that motherboard consists of different types of memory, like secondary memory. It is not 20, it is secondary memory. Okay, and this is your hard disk, and this head is there, and this head is placed at particular position, and the head's moment or rotation is like this. Okay, in this periphery, so it is able to cover all the sectors and tracks. Fine. So this is why we are using head, and it is not covering all the thing. And ROM is there. ROM is a special kind of memory that is known as read-only memory. Then inside that inside that CPU, cache memory and registers. These are a special kind of memory. It is also inside that. ROM and RAM. RAM is here. RAM is also semiconductor memory. Okay. but it is volatile. Volatile means whenever power goes off, the content of this memory vanished. Okay, so let us now start. So this diagram is very familiar to you. This is memory, storage, processor, and this processor includes control unit and arithmetic and logical unit, input and output. So this is von Neumann architecture diagram. Okay, so in this architecture diagram we can use our memory system and storage. So here you can clearly see that memory is written differently and storage is written differently. Agree or not? So whenever we are talking about memory, it is primary memory. Okay, second thing, it is RAM, it is ROM, cache memory, and registers. These are temporary in nature or specific specific purpose memory. And storage is permanent storage and to store something, to store software and media. Okay, so how memory is used, let me show you. Memory devices includes RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM. So I will show you. This slide is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will erase the notations from here and from here also. Okay, there is no problem, and there also, so that you will be able to understand what is going on. And in this slide, okay, this slide also. So from next slide, I need not to keep the memory system. So you might have some idea about this in your previous school examination, because computer was there as a subject. So let us now start different memories. So there are different type of memory devices like RAM, ROM, PROM, and EPROM. What is RAM? RAM is randomly accessible memory. Actually, there are two type of memory, SAM and RAM. Okay, these are types of memory. What is SAM? SAM is sequential access memory. SAM is sequential access memory. Okay, and RAM is randomly accessible memory. And this RAM has two types, ROM and RAM. Actually, to make pronunciation very clear and to make each and means to remember easily, we given RAM as name RAM. Okay, but both the memory are RAM because we can access the memory randomly. Fine. Now come to ROM. There are different types of ROM. ROM is like a read-only memory, but it is not truly read-only memory. It is programmable ROM. It can be electrically programmable ROM. It can be electrically erasable programmable ROM. Okay. Now come to storage devices, which includes auxiliary storage devices, magnetic tape, hard disk, floppy disk, etc. So these are the different storage devices, and these are the top one is the memory devices. So here, if we see once again von Neumann architecture, it shows CPU, control unit, output devices, input devices, memory, and storage. Fine. So if we consider the characteristics of different memory devices, So let me explain each and every device. These are the characteristics of storage devices: speed, volatility, access method, portability, cost, and capacity. Here I am talking about memory also. Memory and storage devices. Okay. So let me start with a special kind of memory known as registers. Then come to cache. After that, ROM is there. Then RAM is there. Hard disk drive. CD. No, not CD. Pen drive. Okay. Pen drive. Then CD and associated optical disk, then floppy disk, etc. Okay. So the speed, if we consider speed, then and we mark, okay, numbers rating from low to high, that is 0 to 5. If we consider this, fine. So when we are talking about registers, these are highest speed device. Okay. Cache memory is comparatively low. ROM is low. Hard disk drive is very low. Pen drive is 3 to 3.5. CD is 2.5 to 3. Floppy is 1. If we mark the speed according to this, this is not a standard, but it is my rating. If I want to express that which device is very fast and which is low. Nowadays, SSD is also coming. Okay, SSD is also coming. So if we use SSD, so there may be, we need to put two ratings. Okay, so let me erase for HDD and let me now write SSD is its speed is 4 or 3.5 and HDD is 3. Okay, now volatility. So register is volatile, cache is volatile, RAM is volatile. That's why these are memory. Okay. ROM is not volatile. ROM is non-volatile and this is volatile. SSD non-volatile, pen drive non-volatile, CD non-volatile, floppy non-volatile. Access method. Register is random access. It follows random access. Cache memory also follows random access. ROM, RAM, and in case of hard disk and SSD, so SSD follows random access while hard disk follow sequential. Pen drive, random access, CD optical disk, sequential access, floppy sequential. Okay. Portability, it is not portable, not portable, not portable, or not portable. These are portable. Cost and capacity. सबसे पहले let me discuss cost, then capacity. Cost and capacity, okay, with respect to bit. Per bit cost and per bit means what is the capacity. So registers cost is very high, okay, but the capacity is very low. Cache cost is very high and the capacity is low. ROM's cost is, it is fixed. Okay, ROM's cost is high and its capacity is less. RAM's cost is high, 4 or 3.5, and the price capacity is RAM's capacity is low, 2.5. Hard disk, its cost is, if we consider SSD, its cost is very high, and HDD, its cost is very less. If we consider capacity, capacity is high in both. Okay. Pen drive, its cost is moderate It means around 2 to 2.5, and the capacity is also moderate. CD or optical drive, cost is very less and capacity is also very less. Here floppies, it does not exist nowadays, but if you want to write cost per bit, then its cost is around this parameter and its capacity is around this parameter, 1.5, not much, not more than this. So you have any doubt related with these comparison?
Sir, what is cache?
Okay, great question. Cache and registers. See what happened. This is our CPU. Inside that, cache memory is available, and inside that registers are available. Then arithmetic and logical unit and control unit is also placed. Okay. So whatever things are there, it is stored in hard disk. Fine. And RAM is like your rough book or workbook. Means you need to provide or you need to do all the calculations and intermediate operations. Actually, operations are performed here, but all the calculations, whatever you want to see, whatever you want to display, it will be there in RAM. Okay. Then actually, if we start the system, so the system is started by ROM. ROM is the first device which tells the processor that inside this hard disk, in this portion, operating system is loaded. So this operating system is loaded into RAM, and this is the system starts booting. Okay. After booting, whatever program you want to store, you can store. After that, what happened? Suppose you are playing one game. Okay. In this game, several calculations are there. But some calculations are based on a specific formula, like F equals to M into A. This is one formula for playing the game. I am not talking about force equals to mass into acceleration. There may be a formula which is available. Okay. So for sake of generality, I had used F equals to MA. This formula is used in every moment. Means like if you are targeting particular person, if you are targeting to, if you are moving. So every time this formula is coming. So this formula is repetitive. Agree or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it is better to place this formula over this location. Okay. Now this formula has been used by arithmetic and logical unit and registers together. Inside that registers, intermediate values of F, M, N, A will be coming. Okay. And this will again thrown back to this RAM, not ROM. Fine. So this is the way. Or like in restaurant, if you go for a particular restaurant, then sauces are already there. Okay. Like tomato sauce, chili sauce is always there in table. So, and whenever you need, you can use this sauce according to your requirement. No need to call waiter for and for that. Waiter come, please bring sauce and so on. So this is, so whatever calculation, whatever thing is going in a very frequent manner, all these things are stored in cache memory. So got it or not?
यस सर, जैसे होता है ना कि हम मोबाइल में मतलब जब हम सेटिंग्स में जाते हैं तो कभी कभी वो बताता है कि आपका वो फुल हो गया है कैश, तो 1 GB का हो जाता है, फिर उसको डिलीट करना पड़ता है क्योंकि मेमोरी फुल हो जाती है.
वो cache and this cache is different. This cache is cache memory. Okay. This cache is cache memory only available on power on of system. So inside window also there are two type of cache. Browser cache. You are talking about browser cache and application cache. Okay. Whenever
Yes,
you are, So you need to go for setting, fine. And there are different apps. Okay, app 1, app 2, etc. So whatever things like username, password, whatever things you are doing repetitively, all these things are stored here in main memory, not in cache memory, because mobiles main main memory is semiconductor based memory. Fine. So inside that semiconductor, this portion occupies particular data which is used repeatedly. So this is known as application cache. Similarly, in browser, whenever you are going to on your Gmail, so Gmail stores first page. Okay. If you are going to next page, then it will take time. But for first page, it will not take any time. Similarly, for Facebook also. So these are the different caches. Okay, but these are not part of cache memory. The function of this cache is similar to whatever we are using in processor's cache. Similarly, in Android also there is cache memory. So inside that cache memory, only those portions are coming which we are using here for our purpose. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So this cache, application cache, is not part of cache memory. It is part of main memory. But whatever application we are running and we are using, and that particular cache memory is actual cache memory. Okay. So if you want to speed up your system, sometimes what happen while opening to your Teams, okay, some contents are not visible. Even some thing which you have seen in last time, it is also not available. So for that thing, you just go on Microsoft Team application and clear the cache. So this will automatically enhances your speed.
Yes, sir. Yes. ऐसा होता है.
Okay. Now come to storage unit. So basic unit of measurement of storing anything, it is bit. Bit is BI means binary and T is taken from this digit. So bit is either 0 or 1. 1. Okay. When it is on, then it is known as 1, and when it is off, it is known as 0. So always there are two possible values of bit. Now come to byte. Byte is of 8-bit size. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what is the minimum number we can store for a particular byte? So this is your 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. This is our minimum number in a byte. And what is the maximum number? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So this to this total 256 numbers are there. If we calculate the value of this number, so this is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 127. If we add together, it will give you 255. Why 255? Because the value of this is 255 and this is 0. So 0 plus 255, total 256 numbers, total 256 numbers. I am not adding, I am counting. Okay, counting and addition is
Yes,
two
sir.
different things. So starting from 0, 0 is one number and 255 is the last number. So total 256 numbers are there. Okay, so this is how bits are there. Now come to units. One more unit there. Byte is nibble. Nibble is 4-bit long. Okay, so it starts with 0, 0, 0, 0 and end with 1, 1, 1, 1. That is 0 to F. Okay, so this is 4-bit equals to 1 nibble and 2 nibble or 8-bit equals to 1 byte. Now come to small unit of measurements. So this is the speed. Okay, actually we are nowadays we are measuring the speed in terms of frequency. Okay, this might be 1.8 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz. What is the meaning of this gigahertz? So the meaning of this gigahertz is in 1 second, how many operations you can perform. So I can perform 2.4 giga operation per second or 1.8 giga operation per second. Operations means addition, subtraction, whatever you can see. In early days, it was measured in terms of seconds, millisecond. Millisecond was our first Mark 1 computer, 1,000 of second. Okay, then microsecond, a millionth of a second, and then nanosecond. So this is 1 divided by 10 to the power 9, that is equals to 10 to the power minus 9. Okay. Now come to different units, like powers of 2 are used because computer memory and storage are based on basic unit, that is bit. So if we calculate kilobyte, so how the kilobyte is coming? So let me check the last number. Initial first number is 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 and 10. Okay, and the last number is 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 and 1 1. So this is equals to 0 and this is equals to this whole is equals to 1024. If we add together, so 512 plus 256 plus 127 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. If anyone is having calculator, he or she can calculate. So the answer is 1023. So the total number is 1024. Okay, because this number is very near to 1000, that's why it is known as kilo. Okay, so 2 to the power 10 is a kilo. Multiplied by 8 is byte. So I am ignoring that portion, that we are storing data in terms of bytes, not in terms of bit. Okay, if you want to represent in terms of bit, then 1 and 0 is there. So how do you identify that what is the information? So we need to store in terms of set of bits, and that set of bit is byte. That's why this byte is coming here. Okay, so kilobyte, 1000 byte. Now come to megabyte. So megabyte is, suppose kilobyte is 2 to the power 10, then megabyte is 2 to the power 10 multiplied by 2 to the power 10. This will give you 2 to the power 20. Okay. So a kilo equals to million. Now come to next, gigabyte. Gigabyte is a billion, that is 2 to the power 20 multiplied by 2 to the power 10. So 1000 million equals to 1 billion. Fine. So each and every analogy is very good, rightly written, like kilobyte, KB. Okay, you can very easily understand that K is coming. Megabyte is million, mega and million 10 to the power 7. Okay, now come to giga, a billion. This is billion B and this is gigabyte. Okay, so this must be zillion. Zillion is very good term to understand gigabyte. Okay, but whatever they have written is okay. Now come to 2 to the power 10 multiplied by 2 to the power 20, that is 1000 megabyte equals to 1 gigabyte. Then yes, a complete set of encyclopedias require about 700 MBs of storage. That's why the CD size is for 1 hour video is 740 MB. Okay, or 720 MB. So this was the initial, and nowadays also if you purchase a CD, compact disc only, not DVD, so the size is 720 MB. Then come to next point, 30 minutes of video, 1/4 of the information is stored on a typical DVD. Terabyte. Terabyte is 1000 gigabyte equals to 1 terabyte. Okay, so instead of writing 1000 2 to the power 10 gigabyte equals to 1 terabyte, or that is equals to 2 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 30 and 2 to the power 40 byte. Okay, so whenever a question is coming like how many megabytes are there in 1 terabyte, then what is your answer? Yes, in 1 terabyte how many megabytes are there?
So 1000.
No, 2 to the power 20 into 2 to the power 20 MB. Okay, so 2 to the power 20 MB equals to 1 terabyte. Clear? 1000 gigabyte equals to 1 terabyte, but 2 to the power 20 megabyte equals to 1 terabyte.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now come to next portion, RAM, ROM, PROM. Till now we have covered introduction. Now RAM, ROM, PROM and EPROM. So what is RAM? RAM is randomly accessible memory. Yeah. Then ROM is also randomly accessible. PROM is programmable read-only memory. So we can program the memory, like we can create one adder, subtractor, whatever you want to do, you can create. Then electrically programmable ROM means electrically you can program the read-only memory. Now come to auxiliary storage. These are the main storage or primary storage. Then auxiliary storage devices like magnetic tape. Magnetic tape is a device. In traditional movies, the tapes are there, and because my net speed is not that much high, otherwise I can show you. I may be able to show you that what is taped, right? Okay. So inside that we store the information. So that tape is moving and rolling like this. Okay, from this place to this place, and the information is stored sequentially. Then come to hard disk. And the access pattern is also sequential because there is no other way. If a thread is rolled in one particular means what is the name, one particular pen, if thread is rolled, if you want to unroll, then sequentially you can unroll this. Then come to auxiliary storage devices. Second device is hard disk. So hard disk is also, it consists of platters. Okay, and each platter is manufactured with the help of magnetic material like mylar. Okay, mylar coating is provided. Then floppy disk. Floppy disk is very similar to X-ray film. Okay, but the color is chocolatey. Then optical disc. Optical disc like CD, CD read write, DVD, Blu-ray, etc. So these are the devices. So let us discuss first memory devices. So what is memory? Memory is one or more set of chips that store. Okay. So whenever talking about memory, then it is in form of chips. Okay. So this is one or more set of chips that store data, program, instruction either temporarily or permanently. If we consider permanently, it is like BIOS, ROM. Okay, BIOS redirects the system to take operating system from hard disk and store it into main memory so that we can access each and every portion of this. It is critical processing component in any computer. Okay, and PCs use several different types. So there are different types of memories, main memory available, which a personal computer is using. Memory devices. So two important to most important are random access memory and read-only memory. They work in different and perform distinct functions. CPU registers and cache memory already explained. ROM is the permanent portion. Actually, ROM is the BIOS. Okay, whatever you want to read only, like how to start system is based on ROM BIOS. BIOS, I think you heard about it. Just you press the F1 and you can set the parameters of your system using BIOS. So this is special kind of memory where you can change the parameters also. Then come to RAM. RAM is packaged as a chip and basic storage unit is cell. One storage unit is cell which stores 1 or 0. Okay. Multiple RAM chips form a memory. So this is multiple RAM chips and it forms a memory. And this is random access memory or randomly accessible memory. It is volatile in nature, used for temporary storage, and typically this storage ranges from 256 MB to 4 GB. Nowadays 8 GB is very common. Okay. Random access means direct access to any part of memory. Like in sequential memory, you need to move one by one. Okay. But in random access, suppose this is our random access, you can access any portion randomly. Fine. So this is our random access memory. Now come to non-volatile memories. So before going to this, there are two type of RAM. Okay. SRAM and DRAM. Don't talk about DDRAM and SDRAM. Okay. I'm just talking about generic type. So SRAM is static. And this is dynamic RAM. What is the difference between this? This is based on semiconductor. And this is based on capacitor. Okay, so according to you, which RAM is faster? Anyone? Static or dynamic?
So what is the question?
My question is that according to you, according to your perception, which RAM is faster, whether it is static or dynamic?
So
dynamic.
Dynamic. Any other? You all have idea about physics subject, okay? And there are
Yes.
portions like semiconductor is the last portion and electricity is the first portion. Inside that electricity, resistors are the components, capacitors are the component, and inductors are the component. Okay. Semiconductor is based on silicon and germanium. I'm just talking about these two things. Okay. So now just tell me, if a RAM is, because it is based on capacitor, so it needs to refresh after every 5 microsecond or 10 microsecond. But a static RAM, it does not require to refresh. Now tell me which memory is faster.
So static.
Your voice is not. Your voice is, yes,
Static.
static. Now static. Okay. So the answer is static because semiconductor takes less power and it does not require refresh rate. Okay. But in case of capacitor, it is little bit analog device. Okay. It involves capacitance and that's why it requires large power, and it also requires, because the refresh rate, we need to refresh the memory after every few microseconds. Okay. So that's why this dynamic RAM is cheaper and static RAM is costlier. Okay, static RAM is costlier and faster. Dynamic RAM is cheaper and a little bit slower, but it is faster than other kinds of memory. Now come to non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory is retain values even if powered off. Generic name is read-only. Okay, random access and read-only. These are the generic name, but these are not true name. Okay, because random access memory RAM, we are saying RAM. RAM is actual. Its name must be volatile memory (VM), and the ROM's name must be NVM. NVMe technologies are available. So NVM is non-volatile memory and this is volatile memory, actual name, because both the memory is randomly accessible. Okay, misleading. This information is misleading because some ROMs can be read and modified. Some ROMs can be read and modified means like EPROM, electrically programmable ROM. Okay, electrically erasable programmable ROM. So ROM means read only memory, but you can write also. That's why it is misleading, but it was no one has objected because you can understand what is the meaning of that. So there are different types of ROMs like programmable ROM, erasable programmable ROM, electrically erasable programmable ROM, flash memory used in portable digital devices. So these are the pan drives. Okay, electrically erasable means with the help of electricity you can erase. You can program with the help of electricity. And in erasable programmable, you can programmable RAM you can erase. Okay, simply without intervention of electricity. Then programmable ROM you can program according to your requirement. What is firmware? Firmware and ROM, there are basic boundaries between these. Firmware is a program which is stored in a RAM. Okay, in a ROM. ROM consists of some operating system or some information which you don't want to alter. Okay, so like boot time code, basic input output system consists of boot time code, and this is fixed in nature, and this BIOS tells the CPU that where is the operating system's bootloader. Okay, and this will invoke the bootloader and automatically it will switch on, or it will on the operating system. Graphics card also consists of some programs related with this, and disk controllers like DMA. So no need to go on DMA. DMA is dynamic memory access. Just remember this, disk controllers are there which consist of firmware. Even whenever you on your system, okay, or mobile phone or laptop, then Sony is coming or whatever edition screen is coming, this is part of BIOS. Okay, inside that BIOS we store the graphics, and this graphics will run after switching on the power. So here you can see the difference, memory and storage, difference between input and output and processor. So this is the model. Actual model of von Neumann was this, but now it has modified and the storage is also included. Okay, stored program organization. Now come to storage versus memory. So memory, like RAM, keep the information for shorter period of time, usually volatile, faster and more expensive. Storage, the information is written longer, non-volatile and slower and cheaper. Okay, so this is the storage. The storage, like whenever a Viva question is there, Viva VOC is there, a teacher asks what is the definition of current. So what you will say that I know, but here I had forgotten. Okay, मुझे याद तो था लेकिन यहाँ आके सब भूल गया, मतलब यहाँ तो रखा हुआ है पर वो यहाँ से यहाँ तक नहीं पहुँच पा रहा है ना. But there is no meaning of such type of memory. Now come to auxiliary storage and optical disk. So there are different type of storages: magnetic, optical, and solid disk. In case of magnetic floppy disk, there are different size of floppy disk available: 8-inch, 5/4, and 3.5. Okay, so these are the sizes. Sizes means periphery of this particular device. Now come to zip drive. Zip drive is advanced form of flop.
So your audio is not.
सर जी नेट चला गया सर. सर नेट गया सर. हेलो सर.
सर भी चल गए भाई नेट के साथ. भाई और सुनो.
सही है टाइम पास. मैं तो भाई मैं उस रिकॉर्डिंग बाद में कल पढ़ लूंगा यार. जब तक इतना लिखते नहीं है उतना सर अलग नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पहुंच जाते तो मैंने लिखना ही छोड़ दिया. सर चले गए.
लिखता कौन है भाई? ये रिकॉर्डिंग सुनो बाद में. हेलो. ओ श्रेया घोषाल के चचा. कहाँ भाई तू? इधर क्लासिकल गाने फेल रहे हैं.
अरे रिकॉर्डिंग अभी भी चल रही है मतलब सर कनेक्टेड तो है यार.
भाई ये सब चले जाएगा, रहने दे वहाँ पे.
हाँ ये भी है. ओह शिट. हाँ अरे यार ये बताओ वो जो लास्ट वाला क्वेश्चन था वो आ गया एक बार जरा. तरुण
Yes, am I audible now?
हाँ सर आ गए. आप सर आ गए.
यस सर.
Actually, there is problem related with internet. Okay, so
कोई बात नहीं सर. कोई बात नहीं.
yes, because of power failure and some other constraints. So let me start once again. So magnetic disk, these are the cheaper devices. Okay, floppy disk and chip, and hard disk is also cheaper, but that time it was very costlier. And for a 500 kilobyte of data, it requires $2,000. Okay, nowadays it is very cheaper, and even in 4,000 rupees you can purchase 2 TB of 2 TB size hard disk. Optical disk is like CD and DVD. Its track is circular, while hard disk and floppy disk track is circular. Its track is spiral. Okay, and solid state storage devices like USB key, pen drive, these are the solid state devices, and SSD is also available. But SSD, external SSD, normally nobody is purchasing. Only internal SSD is purchasing. So it is like hard disk. Okay, so these are the different technologies which makes storage possible. Now magnetic storage. So I will explain this. Yes, 1 second.
Sir,
Yes. What is your question?
Magnetic and CD is sequential one, and USB is random.
In this slide. Here.
No sir, yes sir. Sir,
Okay.
magnetic and optical is sequential, and so USB is
Random. Random.
yes, sir. Is that so?
Yes. Magnetic is circular. This is spiral but sequential. Okay. This is also sequential. And this is random. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So for today, this is sufficient. I will explain the remaining portion in next class, and just decide and write your questions. Okay. So that I may be able to answer whenever we are going to explain the number system. Okay. So don't leave from this class. Just I need to download your attendance first. And today I am not saying anyone to switch on your camera because my net speed is not that much high. Only 13 persons are present. And where are remaining persons? Vedant Vipul Dave is not there. So download the attendance. Arnav Goyal, Arnav 1112 Goyal. Okay. Joshpar is there and Shahoj is also there. Umesh, Vagish. Fine. So now you can leave the class. Fine. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
sir.
Okay.
सर
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
If
sir.
you have any doubt, one can ask.
सर आई वांट टू आस्क दैट सर वो जो आपने वीडियो भेजा वहां से नोट्स वहीं से नोट्स बनाने हैं मतलब जो आपने स्लाइड्स
स्लाइड
शो
अब
किए
नेक्स्ट क्लास में स्लाइड का काम खत्म हो जाएगा तो आई विल पोस्ट द स्लाइड इन पोस्ट. ओके.
ओके सर हाँ ओके सर
ओके.
हाँ